This kind of video is showing you how to easily solo the Master Empire Hunt, which is 1340 in power, during the new season of the Splicer, during week 1. Before I go into all the information, I will say that it's came to my attention that 58% of people who watch my stuff aren't subscribed and 42% are. So if you're watching this, majority of you watching me aren't subscribed. Just click the subscribe button. If you don't like it in the future, just unsubscribe. It's simple as that. It's free. There's no ties. And like, even dislike helps. Dislike or like always approve of a rating. So if there's something I've said that's wrong, dislike the video. I would appreciate it because it's still giving a YouTube a rating and helping out the algorithm. So like or dislike doesn't matter. Just make sure you do a rating. The worst thing you can do is just not do a like, subscribe, or even comment. If you do none of those, that's actually the worst thing that you can do. But anyways, getting to the video in hand. So it's on a Hunter Nightstalker. We're the Pathfinder. That's bottom tree. Gamble is dodge, so we get our melee ability back. And we're using weapon-wise, double primary and anarchy. First, I'm just going to, before I talk about the weapons and resistance, I've got my Sparrow here. I do an invis, so you can invis while you're on your. You can invis just before you get your Sparrow, and the enemies won't aggro you. This Sparrow also has less aggro as a perk. It's the same as the Scourge of the Past Sparrow. It was all Sorcerers of Heroes Sparrow, I believe. Once you've done your Sparrow, you want to come to this area here, and the only target you're interested in really is the Yellow Bat Ultra, the Vex. That is the trigger to get you through. Now this video is going to concentrate on just getting the Pinnacle. The Pinnacle requires a completion of the Master Empire Hunt. It doesn't require Platinum. So you don't need to kill any of the champions. It's not like a Nightfall, so to speak. It's not score based, which it should be. There's a score top, bottom right. I don't know why there isn't Platinum on it. But that's what it is, and we'll just work to it because it's week 1, pit 1 and out to get Pinnacles. If you don't want to solo it, just LFG, as I said in a video previously about leveling up. But if you're around my power, 1320 plus, you're within shout of soloing it. Now you can see the Vex is debuffed, which is a new seasonal mod called Breach and Clear. It's a class item mod which is 9 energy. So when you run it, you can't run anything else with it. Maybe a Discipline Minor or a Global Reach, whatever you're spec'ing for. But it's well worth putting on when you're under leveled. Even when you're at level, it's like the best mod in the game at the minute. And all that needs to be required is just to hit an enemy with a grenade launcher shot. This works for Witherhoard, Breach Load, GLs, Anarchy of course. Witherhoard would be very extremely powerful with as well, which I may do a run like this but with Witherhoard on a different class, because obviously I'm on a Hunter right now. And I'm not saying that you can't do this on a Titan, you certainly can. You can do it on a Warlock. It might be slightly longer, but you can still do it. This next room here we're going to skip. In terms of resistance mods on your chest plate, you need to run arc damage resistance and sniper damage resistance. You could run concussive, but I would say the sniper is more important because there's a lot of snipers. The boss snipes you, and he can save you when you get off guard. Okay, the concussive dampener is going to help, but the sniper damage resistance, I believe, would just be a little bit better. With this shank part, you just want to step onto this plate here, and this has quite a bit of cover from the enemies. The enemies to your left, where I'm shooting now, there's not much cover. So take those first. Then all you have is Exploder Shanks. Exploder Shanks obviously don't fire at you, so you're fine. Any cells you get, try to shoot. My cell was sort of out of the way, so I done an invis, dodge, then re-invised up. It's so important to get a cell like that because it just clears out the room. It can clear out a lot of enemies. This is why we're using double primary, I guess, because you must have anti-barrier on to proceed with this Empire Hunt. You need to kill the champions for the next door to open, the anti-barriers. It's the only 2 anti-barriers you need to clear. So you want to do that, and I was using Officer Revolver because you can get plenty of cells. I'd rather use this. I could have used the auto rifle, the carbine, now thinking about it. That would have actually worked out okay, but what you'll find as well is if you're going to do the Anarchy setup, you may as well just run double primary. Because you get more ammo if you do this. People don't really understand the double primary business, but you're not getting special ammo. Okay, special ammo doesn't drop, meaning there's an increased chance to get heavy or primary. Now if you're going to do the Witherhoard style setup, then you know, obviously start to primary and you know, Witherhoard's really efficient on ammo, and you could go special finisher. I might do that setup on a, like I say, on the Titan or the Hunter, Titan or the Warlock, sorry. If I want to redo this, we'll see how this one goes. These are the barriers that you need to clear. As you can see, they're getting debuffed by the way they sort of sparkle, void type. It's similar to Felwinter's Helm effect in terms of the way it looks. Okay, if you've ever used that. Try and get a cell here if you can. It's easily done, of course. Just quick swap to your hand cannon, so you can use Anarchy on a champ, then quick swap to your Icolos weapon or Seven Seraph weapon, and you'll have a cell. It classes as a cell kill. Use your super on the Solar Shank because you haven't got solar, and you need arc. I would highly recommend a energy weapon that's arc, because if you do run out of Anarchy, which is possible because Famine is on, right? Then there's a chance of it, depending on how you're using it. Then you're just best off using an arc, because there's a bunch of arc shields at the boss, and those need to be cleared to proceed to the next DPS phases. And there's only one solar shield, and a tether will do that. The tether, that's what the tether's there for. And you're saving on Anarchy. You can rip through the shit with Anarchy as well, a match game shield, but you're better off not doing that, because you need more ammo for what's coming up. We'll get a smoke dodge at the top platform, and then we'll jump over this location here. This location is safe from snipers, apart from the middle platform, but you can dodge left and right behind this cover to easy take them. And your main goal is just to try and get hits on the Vex Ultras again. Don't bother trying to take out the champions. As I said, if you're interested in just getting a Pinnacle and you're under leveled, then that's all you want to concentrate on. Okay. One of the Vex Ultras will push the Fallen, so what you want to do is try to take out all the Fallen that you can see, so that the Vex Ultra will come to your area, which he will. There's no point chasing the Major and doing your smoke dodges, because sometimes if you dodge close to a Vex Ultra, they'll still stomp you, and it's just because of how the invis works on bottom tree. It's not true invis, it's not like what top tree invis is. The problem is, with top tree, it's not as much invisibility in terms of seconds. So you're still better off going bottom tree when you're under leveled. When you're at level, it doesn't matter what you do really. So the Vex Ultra is pushed, as you can see. You can try and get a cell off him as well, shoot the cell, and it clears out all the ads. You can do that, because you want to clear out some ads just so that you keep getting, you know, the heavy grips, heavy drops every now and then. Because I've got GL ammo finder on. We'll get our smoke dodges going, pick up any ammo you see. We've got to take one of the crates out, that's fine, because we can check ammo at the back as well. Because defeated Fallen back here may have dropped ammo, which they did, so I'm full on ammo, which is great. Because you want to spend a bit of ammo on the brig that's coming up. The brigs are tanky, they are, as you know, even when you're at power. So the more Anarchy you have for this bit, the better. It's not required that you need to spend any heavy ammo on this bit. You literally, all you need to do to trigger this section is kill the brig from distance. You could just literally use your hand cannon and your scout. It would take longer. You're looking at an extra 5 minutes, but you could just do that if you're worrying about ammo for the boss fight. I usually leave here with like 16-17 Anarchy ammo, which is around about a healthy amount of ammo for what you're going to need to do when you get the boss fight. He has 2 phases of attacks, so the first attack before the brig has its front plate blown off is he'll do those solar guided attacks which track you. You just need to keep on the move, you'll avoid that. And then when he goes into his second phase, he'll then just do a guided attack, but that guided attack has a range drop off, and you can see where the range drop off is. It's at the entrance of this room, so if you just play back here, you're completely safe. However, the second phase of the Brig's attack is on a timer. Eventually he'll go back to what he was doing on the first phase, which is more threatening. So when he goes back down like that, be aware he's going to do his solo guided attack. And it will one-shot if you stand in it, especially at the levels that most people are right now as of today. You're going to wipe. I was close there, but I only got hit by one. If it was all of them, that would have been a death. Try and kill him with your 7 Seraph weapon, so you can get a cell. The reason for that is you can quickly shoot the cell. It'll kill any shanks surrounding before they despawn, because that's what happens when the Brig is killed. All the champions and the shanks despawn. Okay, but if you get you know, a couple of shank kills, there's a chance of ammo drop. And I didn't get that right here, but there's a chance that I could have. So it's just worth optimizing that a little bit, just to help you out at the boss fight. So with the first plate of damage, you want to do an Anarchy shot to the wall, any wall. Do your nade, and then your second shot, and then immediately super. Do it as soon as possible to get the damage resistance in your tether, because he'll be sniping you. And just keep tethering him. Make sure you hit him with as many shots as you can. Then when your tether's done, your last tether's still up, so do another Anarchy or two. And that should be enough for your damage. If you're higher power than me, you won't need to do as much damage. If you're lower power than me, then you're going to need to do a lot more damage, and it's going to require a bit more invis dodging to get the result. Now with this section, with the second plate, it's really easy. It's the easiest of the 3 plates, because you can use this block right here and use your nades as a means of grouping up all the enemies and killing them by your nade. So we just keep smoking ourselves, which is giving us our grenade energy. And when you jump up to that platform, it aggroes all the adds. So as you've aggroed all the adds, you jump back and they just group up perfectly. You can do it with Anarchy as well if you wanted to use a, you know, one Anarchy shot and clear out 3 or 4 adds. So that's another way of doing it. There'll be 2 waves of adds on this phase as well, and that's it. But once the boss is then damageable, he'll spawn shanks, and that's unlimited. From what I've found, he just keeps spawning them over and over on a timer. But that's actually good, because you can use it to your advantage and farm up ammo. Okay, which you see me, I kind of do that. I kind of take the second phase slower, just to see if I can get any ammo. It's all about ammo because of famine. It's all about because of famine and reduced ammo. Having said that, at least it's not togetherness. I remember when the Beyond Light first came out, I ended up getting this done week 2, week 3 or something, and it was so difficult when it first came out. The Warrior, well, all of them were, I guess, when you were underpowered. Like, not so difficult, but you know, a lot more difficult than what this is as of today, because it's only famine. So it could be a lot worse, is what I'm saying. This is the last ad to kill, a Marauder. Just try to stay out of the way of the boss. Any cover that you see, try and utilise. As soon as the last ad is killed, try and do 2 immediate Anarchy shots and a nade. The nade will get buffed by your breach and clear, so you get the yellow numbers on your nade numbers, which is 1547 and 6306 for the Anarchy shots. We had a cell here, so what we done there as well is when we were doing the Anarchy damage to the boss, it was also damaging some of the shanks, and we equipped our Revolver weapon in the hopes we'd get a cell, and we did, and we utilised the cell great for the second phase, or for the second wave of shanks. As you can see, there's more shanks spawning in. That's fine, we can just use the plate. But you could just keep, if you were out of Anarchy, you could just keep waiting for shanks after shanks to refill up on ammo. So it's actually decent, and especially if you're under leveled, then you'll need more ammo than what I did. But just be careful how low you are going into this, because there'll come a point where you will just get one shot no matter what you do. Okay, so if you're like 13, 15 power, I don't know if it's worth you actually having to go to solo this. Just LFG it, okay, at that point. But if you're 13, 20s, that's fine, have a go at it. Because even I done it less than 20 minutes, so it wasn't a big deal. I'd already done my Pinnacle for the Hunter. I'd done all my Pinnacles across all my characters a couple of days ago. So you won't see me get a +2 drop because I've already done it. We'll do 2 Anarchy traps each side of this little box here, and that'll clear out a lot of ads. Also, don't forget to equip your Revolver weapon or whatever you're using for your cells, because then the Anarchy will then count as a cell kill. If I was doing the Witherhoard strat, it would be the same thing. I would just do a Witherhoard shot on the top, equip to my Icolos, whatever, and I would get a cell the same sort of way. Couldn't get that cell in time with the scouts. It's slow at taking the cells, so that was unfortunate. But that's fine. If you're struggling for ammo as well, you can always rely on your nade. Okay. Since we're using breach and clear though, the problem is you can't use bomber. Bomber is a class mod, which when you dodge you get grenade energy, and you get your nade actually a lot quicker than what I was. Problem is breach clear is so good that you want to utilize that mod. Okay. So again, we use the Anarchy traps and then back off. Get a finisher kill on the captain. We'll do the same again. The difference here was you need to aggro the ads into your Anarchy, and by doing that is at the very last second you would do a smoke, but I didn't have my smoke up, which I made an error there, so the ads backed up and will not go into the trap because they weren't aggroed enough. So that was unfortunate, but we had plenty of Anarchy ammo, so it was fine. It wasn't a problem. You can get your smoke back from there apparently, so if the ads are close enough. Just be careful, they can wreck as well. Always be cautious of that. Obviously the boss is damageable now, so he does his freeze move. But if you want, you can just do the strat of do your 2 Anarchy shots, dodge invis, and just keep roaming around the map, because there's a lot of ads up, so you'll get, you know, plenty of smokes. But if there's too many ads alive, this will happen and nearly die. So there's a balance between maybe take out a couple of vandals. You don't need to take out the captains, definitely not. Just save your Anarchy at that point for just doing the smoke dodge Anarchy on the boss, which it is cheesy, and I'm aware of that. But you know, this is just showing people on a hunt how you easily do it when you're under leveled. Okay, we'll do our last 2 Anarchy shots and then we'll just tether just to finish him off there. But as I said, I've already done my Pinnacle drop, so you won't see one drop. But that's how you essentially would solo this Master Empire hunt at the 1340 power edition. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.